Hello friends, I am Balaji and today we are going to continue our discussion on delegates. On the previous class we have seen what is delegates, how to create it and what are the different ways to call a function through delegates. In this class we have three objectives. We will first see what is the real-time use of callback mechanism. On the previous class itself we have seen what is this callback mechanism and then we have written a program to implement this callback mechanism. Our second objective is how to pass a delegate as an argument to another function, and then our third objective is what is this action and function delegates, how to use it. So our first objective is what is the real-time use of this callback mechanism. In C there is one of the popular function called as QShort. This QShort is used to perform quick short algorithm for us. It is actually used to do quick short. It is a built-in library, it is a built-in function which is available in stdlib.h. So this function is using this callback mechanism. How it use this callback mechanism, how to use this QShort function. If you want to know all these details, just to go to my channel and then choose playlist option. Under the C programming playlist I will explain this, how to use this QShort and how it callbacks our function, and I have explained all the things in that QShort tutorial. So now we will see how to pass delegate as an argument to the function. So for that we will go to our Visual Studio. I will keep this as full screen. So this was the program which we have written on our last class. So I will delete all these lines and then we will write it as fresh. So now I will create a new class. For example, this class is used to perform some mathematical calculation, so I will use umath, where u stands for user defined math. And then within this class I will declare two functions similar to our above function, public int add and public int sub, like that. It receives two arguments, x and y, and then it returns addition of this x and y. In the sub function I will receive two arguments and then I will subtract this x and y and then I will return to the caller. So in the main function I want to create the object for this umath and then I want to call these two functions. We will first implement that umath obj is equal to new umath. It will invoke the constructor of this umath and then it will create an object. It will construct the object. So now I want to call this a and b. Before that I want to receive two arguments from the user. So console.readline, we want to convert the string to integer. And then we want to assign this resultant integer to x. We want to declare it. Similarly I want to accept y also. So I am accepting string and then I am converting it to integer and then I am passing the resultant value to y. Now I want to call this add and sub function. First we will call this as a normal function through its name, umath dot add x comma y. We will print this result, console.writeline, and then we will print the subtraction result also. and then we will add some format to it. Add result, sub result, so now our program is ready. We will first run this program to check whether it is working correct or not. Control F5. We want to pass 2 in array integer 5 and 5. So by adding these 2 it will return 10, and then by subtracting these 2 it will return 0. So now this program is working fine, and then now we will change all these to delegates to call like a delegates. So within this class we will create a new delegate. I will declare its access specifier as public, so that only we can access these delegates within this class. Delegate, before that public delegate, and then the signature of this function. Here the signature of this function is, this function returns the integer and then it accepts 2 integers. So int as the return type, add, or I will keep the name as generic calc delegate int x comma into y, and then I will keep another one function. I will keep another one function called public int calc, and then it will receive a argument of this calc delegate type. So copy this object, and then it also want to receive this x and y parameter. So int x comma into y. So now we will delete all this logic. We will write all this logic in our own function, not in this umath function. So we will copy this code and then we will write all this code here. So now we will do what we will want to do, object dot invoke. So it shows the signature of this function, how we want to call this function. Here we want to pass 2 integer and then it will return one integer. So here we want to pass this x and y. So x comma y, it will return one integer. We return to our caller, which function call this return. Okay, now our function is ready. Now why we want to write this function like this? Here instead of using umath.add and umath.sub, we will write our own logic and then make this calc function to call our function. So I will delete all this. How we can call this add function? By creating object for this program class, we can directly call this add function, but through delegates, how we can call this add function? For that we want to create we have already created an object for this umath class. So I will use this umath.calc. So it accepts for delegate of type calc delegate, and then it will accepts another 2 argument of type integer. So I will pass all this to this. Here the first argument is the delegate which accepts 2 integer and then it has to return 1 integer. So this 2 match exactly what is the signature of this delegate. So first of all, in order to access these 2 function, I want to create an object for this program class. I will do this in here, program object program is equal to new program. and then within this calc function I have to pass object program dot add, and then I want to pass the x and y as the second and third argument to this calc function x comma y. So it works, it doesn't show any error, means it is correct, the syntax is correct. I will copy this logic again. I will paste it here, but instead of calling passing add address to this function, now I will pass our sub address to this function. So what this line indicates, so here using our object umath, we are calling this calc function. In this calc function we are receiving the function, we are receiving the object address of this calc delegate type, and this is the type which accepts 2 integer and then it will returns 1 integer. So here we are passing our add function address, so it will collect this add function address here, and then our next 2 argument are x and y value which we collect from the user, and then it will call object dot invoke. First it will execute this line object dot invoke x comma y, so it will invoke this add or this sub function based on what address is present in this object, and then it will pass this 2 argument x and y to it. So now I will run this program. Once it before that, once it call this function, it will return this add and sub function will return the resultant value to this function, and then we are returning that result which we get collected from this add and sub to the user, and then we are printing it here. Now I run this program. I pass x value as 5 and y value is 5. So now also our program works. So now instead of creating this umath and then making our this calc function to call our function, we will write some real-time example for this functions, for this callback mechanism. So I will delete this, I will delete all this class, I will comment it these 2 things. Now I will create a class on another name. For example, this is a class named sample. Inside this class I will keep one function which will take more time to execute. Consider like that, it is a long running function. For that, public int long running function, I will keep the name of the function like this, and then it will receive, no, here there is no need for this long running function to return anything. I will keep this as void, and then this 2x and y also I didn't want in this situation. If you want, you can pass this and all, but here for this example I didn't want to pass this x and y to this long running function. So here within this function I will create one loop for int I is equal to 0, I is less than 1000, I plus plus. Instead of any long running process, first of all we will simulate that it will takes long time to execute. For that I will make this loop to execute very slow by creating thread.sleep, and then I will pass 2 milliseconds. So when this loop execute, on every iteration, if I on every iteration this loop will sleep or it will pause for 2 seconds. So it will takes more time to complete this loop, and then so that this function is a long running function, it takes more time to execute. So we will call this function, I didn't want this, I will keep this sample object sample equal to new sample. Delete all this instead. And then we will also print values. No, it's not necessary. We will call this function object sample dot long running function. Sorry. Now I run this function. So the program this program is executing, but we are not getting any status. What is the status of this function? What is the current status of this function? Because this is a long running function, as the user we normally want to know the current status of this operation. For example, when we copy and paste a file, it will show a progress bar. Within this progress bar, it is showing the current status of this copying. So like that, we also want what is the current status of this function execution, whether it is whether it completed its task 10% or whether it is completed its task 90%. Like that, we also want to get the status of this function, status of this execution of this function, since it's a long running function. For that, I will first of all I will stop the execution, and then I will create a delegate of public type, public delegate void something print status delegate, and then this delegate will accept one argument in num. And then I will receive the argument of this print status delegate in this function object. I will name this as object print status delegate, and then after suspending for every 2 seconds, I will print the status. I will actually call this object status delegate dot invoke. For that, object status dot delegate dot invoke. Now we want to pass the I value, which is the current status of this loop, whether it has completed 10, whether it has completed 100, or whether it has completed 999, means the loop will terminate. For that, I will pass I to it. Then we want to create a functions which return void, and then it want to accept int as its type in this main function or in this program class. Or rather than creating a printing status function in the same class, I will create a new class. So I will create a new class called class status, and then here I will have one function public void, because it returns void, and then I will keep the name as print status. It will accept one argument num, and then I will print out in console what is the status. Sorry, current status num. Now I will create an object for the status class, and then I want to pass the address of this print status to this function, to this long running function. For that, object status dot print status. This is the address of this function. So in this line, now we are calling using object sample, we are calling this long running function. This long running function accepts a function pointer which accept one argument, which accepts one integer argument, and then it will not return anything. So I have created a new class called status, and then within this class I have created a new function called print status, which will accept one argument, and then it will not return anything, it will return void. And then within this function I have print out the status, current status num, and then I will create the object for this status class. Then I will, using this object status reference, I will pass the address of this print status function to this long running function. So on every 2 seconds this function will invoke, or this function will call back our status class print status function. Now we will execute this function. Here this line is not necessary. So now the current status of this function is 0, then 1, 2. So for every 2 seconds it calls our print status function. See, this thing going to execute until it reach 999, or it will reach until it is less than 1000. I'll close this. Now I stop this program. Now we have clearly understood why this callback mechanism is really important in real-time example. So now we will move to our next topic. Then the next thing we are going to see is what is this action delegate and function delegate. So action delegate, we will first see what is this action delegate. So action delegate, it's one of the generic type. If you didn't know generic, don't worry, I will post what is this generic within few days. This generic action delegate is defined inside the system namespace, and then it points to a method that returns void. Means it points to a function that returns void, but it can accept any kind of arguments or any number of arguments. The maximum arguments this function can accept is 16. We can pass the address of this function, which can accept 16 parameters. I will repeat it again. Action is a delegate which accepts a pointer to a function, which accepts the address of the function. That target function should return void. It should not return any other type like integer or character or float. It should return only void. And then it can accept any kind of parameters. The maximum number of parameter allowed in that target function is 16. It can't accept the function which will access parameter more than 16. It will accept a parameter. It accepts a pointer to a function which return void type, and then it will accept the function which receives less than 17 parameter, or which is less than or equal to 16 parameters. And then it can't able to accept the parameter as out or ref type. Normally if you want to call the function and then we want to pass any argument through its reference, not by its value, means we will use this out or ref type parameter. But here all these things are not allowed in this action pointer, because if we are passing the out or ref parameter, means indirectly we are returning anything, we are returning some value to the caller. So but in this action delegate we can't able to return anything, so only it has prevented this by this void keyword here, and then it will accept only the parameter of type in, not of out or ref. So this is the syntax of this action delegate. This is a delegate. Action is a delegate, is a generic delegate which accepts any kind of in parameters, but it can't able to return anything. Now we will see what is this function delegate. So it is also a generic delegate. It is also in the system namespace. It is used to point to a method that should return a value. The action delegate points to a function that will not return any value, but this function delegate will refer to a function which should return any value. It also only accepts the parameter of type in, but since it want to return a result back to the caller, it will return one argument as the out. Here if you see the syntax, you will get more clear. Public delegate t result func, here int t. These all the things refer to the parameter of this function. Parameters, all the parameters should be of type in. We want to if we pass any parameter to this target function, all these things should accept only the in type of parameter. And then here the last argument is out t result, means it will accept a function which should return any value. It will out that, means it will through call by reference. If we call any function, means indirectly we are receiving some value, so it will keep this last parameter t result as type out, so that we can receive the return value back to the caller function, which function it calls. Now we will see some demonstration on this this action function delegate. So now in this example we will see what is the drawback of this of our custom delegates, which we have declared using this keyword delegate, and then we will see how function and action delegates overcome this drawback, and then how it makes us to use delegates very easily, very flexible. So I will create one project. Within this class program, I will keep 2 dummy function, return 0. This is just a dummy function which will not accept anything, and then it will return 0. And then return 1. These things are not a keyword, this is the name of the function. You can keep this as you wish. Sorry, here this will not come. Return 1. And then here I will keep one delegate to accept the address of these 2 functions. Or within this main function I will write the delegate. Sorry, within this function we can't able to write this delegate. We can write this function within this class only, because I have already said when we use a delegate keyword, it will create a new class called which we name. So we can't able to create a class inside a method, so we have to keep this as out. But the function action delegate we can keep inside the main, but the custom delegate we can't able to keep that custom delegate inside any function. We want to keep that inside a class. Public delegate return 0 delegate. We can keep this as anything as you wish, and then this delegate will return integer. Similarly, I will keep another one delegate for return 1 to hold the address of return 1 function. And then now I want to call this return 0 and return 1, and then I want to print the output of these 2 functions. So console.writeLine return 0. What is the result of this? How to call this function? We can call this function through its name, but here we will call this function through its reference. For that I will keep another one function called int call function. I will keep the function name like that, and then it will accept delegate of type return 0 delegate. Object dot invoke. It will not accept anything, so we can keep this invoke as empty, and then we will return the result to the caller. Now we will call this call function here. So first of all, we want to create an object for this program class. And then here we want to pass the address of this return 0 delegate. Here we want to pass the address of this function. For that, I will create a new delegate, return 0 delegate is equal to new return 0 delegate. Within this argument, I want to pass the address of our return 0. We can access this return 0 through object program. So return 0 delegate, this is the class name. You want to pass the object name also. These are the things which you have known already, or you should know already. If you didn't know how this and all works, go to my previous lectures and then watch how this all works. Here I will register it by return 1. So here I have declared 2 delegates, and then here I have created the object for these 2 class, and then I have passed the address of our return 0 to this return 0 delegate, and then I have passed the address of this return 1 function to this return 1 delegate. And then now I will pass this return 0 delegate to this call function. It works, it didn't show any error. Now I will do the same for return 1 also. So return 1 is equal to object program dot return 1 delegate. So right now it is showing some error. Here there is no error, but here there is a error. What is the error? Argument 1 cannot convert delegate sample try. This is our namespace name, delegate sample try. Dot program, this is our class name, dot return 1 delegate to return 0 delegate. Means it is saying this argument for one of this call function is accept only the delegate of type return 0 delegate. It will not accept object for return 1 delegate. Now even though they both accept, they both have same signature, it also returns integer, it also return integer, it also didn't accepts any argument, it also didn't accept any argument, but they are all different. Means if we create this, when this line is executed, it will create a new class called return 0 delegate, and then it will import it from system dot delegate. And then when we execute this line, it will create another new class called return 1 delegate. Normally we can able to pass a object of same class to that reference. For example, here we are creating a object for this program class, and then we are passing this reference to this object program. What is the object program? Object program is a type of this program class, but here we are passing the object of this return 1 delegate to return 0 delegate. So it is not possible, because return 0 delegate is another class and return 1 delegate is some another class, so it is not possible. So how to solve this problem? But we want to pass return 1 delegate also to this call function. So how to make this function to call like this? For that, instead of accepting this return 0 delegate, I will keep one generic. When we see the function delegate, we have already seen it can accept up to 16 parameter, and then it should return a value. But action delegate can accept up to 16 parameters, but it can't able to return anything. Here we want to return the type of integer. So here also this function will return integer. So we want to receive the address of these two functions. So we can declare a function delegate here, func Here we want to pass the, first of all we want to pass all the argument types. Here since it didn't accept, these two functions didn't accept any argument, I will keep that things as empty, and then final argument is what this function will return. These two function will return integer, so int. But right now these two lines are showing error. Cannot able to convert return 0 delegate to system.func integer. This also showing the same error. Cannot able to convert this return 1 delegate to system.func. So how to solve this problem? To solve this, we will just delete this line return 0 delegate, and then we will change its type to func. It will return only one integer, so func delegate. And then here we should not pass any new return 0 delegate and all. Delete it. It works. Similarly, I also want to copy this line. I will delete this. Now I also didn't want these two lines, so I comment it out. So all this was fine. Control F5. So now also our function is working. It calls return 0 and return 1 through this function delegate. Here we are passing this object rectangle delegate and object 1 delegate, but it accepts all the things. But instead of creating object for this func delegate and then calling this function, we can directly pass the address of these functions. For example, instead of return 0 delegate, I can pass a return 0 dot object program dot return 0. I can pass the address directly to this function. Here also I can directly pass this function address here, and then I will delete this, or I will comment it out. Now I run this program. Now also it is showing the same result, return 0 and return 1. Now we will write another one function which will return float. For example, it is a function which will perform add, so it accepts 2 integer, and then it will add the two arguments, and then it will return the result of this x plus y as float. I will create another one function which accept function delegate of this add function, which will accept this signature. For that, int call add. Here we want to declare a function delegate which will accept 2 integer parameter. First we want to specify it. Here we haven't here we doesn't have any parameter, so we have directly specified the return type as this first argument. But now in this case we have 2 argument as its parameter, so specify it int comma int, and then it will return a float type, so specify this as our last parameter object, and then we will, this is a not integer type, this is a float type. Return, we want to return the result of object dot invoke x comma y, argument to 1 comma argument 2. Here we doesn't receive argument, so we also receive the argument int x comma int y, and then we will pass this argument here x comma y. Now we will call this add function, so I will copy this line. Instead of return 1, I will say add object program dot call function. This is not call function, this is call add. So call add right now it is showing error because the return one doesn't match the signature of this func int comma float. It accepts, it receives only the function that returns int. So I will delete this line and then I will add. It also says still it doesn't have proper syntax. So it receives 3 arguments, but we are passing only 1 argument. What are the next 2 arguments? X and y value. We can pass it as constant 4, 4. Now when you execute this line, it will call the call add function. The call add function will receive the address of the function which we have passed here. This is the address of our add function which is here, and then it receives x and y in 4 and 4 in this x and y variable, and then it using this object it will invoke that function. Using this object it will invoke this add function. This add function will execute and then it will compute this x and y. It will add this x and y and then it will return this x and y to our call add function. The call add function receive that x and y, addition of that x and y, and then it will return that result to our caller. What is our caller? Here is our caller, and then we can print that output here. Now we will run this program. Yes, it works. 4 plus 4 is 8. It works. Now I have already told to you it will not accept any out type, or it will not accept any call by reference value as its argument. Just we will check it out. For that I will create another one function. Call add one. So here I am trying to receive the function which accept first integer by value and the second integer through its reference, but it is not working. It is showing it is error. So means we can't able to receive a out variable or the variable which receive address of the variable. We can receive only the in variable. We can't able to receive the out variable. Means we can't able to pass any call by reference value to this function delegate. Now we will see one short example for this action delegate. Action delegate is also easy. For that I want to create one function which returns void as its type, return type, void print hello or say hello. It receives one argument. Hello Mr. I want to create one function which accepts the argument of this say hello. So void call say hello. It will accept delegate, action delegate of this say hello. Action first argument is string. That's all. Here object action dot invoke name. We also want to receive the name. And then we will pass this name to this object action. Now in the main function we will call this function. Actually we didn't want to put console.writeLine right now, because in this function also we are saying console.writeLine only. So we will call this function directly, object program dot call say hello. It will want to have the address of this void function. Let's say hello. So object program dot say hello, and then the second argument is a name. which we want to pass to. For example, I will pass my name. I run this program. So it is also running. It is saying hello Mr. Balaji. So our action delegate also working, our function delegate also working. So this action and function delegates makes us to use the delegate very easily and very comfortably, as we just call our own function through its name. So thank you for viewing this tutorial. On our next tutorial we will explore more things about delegates. Right now, if you have any doubts, just comment it out. Thank you once again and subscribe to my channel.